into Chinese philosophy and culture and to be working with them.
Yeah, I just realized that actually the customers that you're dealing with while you're working at the gallery are actually Caucasians, Americans, foreigners,
or Europeans,
who are foreign to the Chinese history or arts.
Yeah.
And so that makes you stand out for your role. It becomes very important in your position to explain and and impresses them.
Yeah, I think it's a mutual mutual learning. You know, I tell them stories I know about. For the Moon Festival, for example, we enjoy the moon with your family and we look at Chang'e and the rabbit on the moon. Stories like this, they depict on the Han Dynasty bronze mirror. But people look at this story, they don't understand the meaning behind it. I was able to tell them, that's everybody knows that when we were a little kid, that's what we were told. So there's a lot of stories, children's stories that we know.
They get fascinated with these kind of stories.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was thinking that if you're dealing with Chinese customers, they might even correct you for
So that's a good excuse, I can you come up with a story and then you can never know if it's real or not.
Well, of course, I mean, you're very professional at this. I'm sure that we don't fool we don't fool them. But
yes. But it's a very scholarly research. We have an amazing library. We invest a lot of money into research books, so cataloging correctly. Yeah, so it's a fascinating time. I was there for 7-8 years working in New York.
Did you have time to come with a book?
Every year
yourself?
we do a special exhibition.
Yeah,
so that's
because
once a year annual event during the Asia Week in New York. It's 1 or 2 weeks of all Asian art collectors will come to the city of New York. You have non-stop gallery openings and auctioned. That is a one-stop shopping for everybody. Yeah. So during that time, we come up with a special catalog, exhibition catalog.
In English and Chinese, or
both?
Both, yeah. Oh, tough job on you.
No, it's a fun time.
But it's fun, doing what you like the most.
Yeah, because we gather important pieces and put it together under a theme. Yeah, and for people to come and enjoy. Yeah.
I have very bad memories. I can't imagine you studying up on Chinese antique, right? Yeah. And then trying to remember where this pottery, what dynasty this pottery is from, or what year this, vase is from. Yeah. How do you do that?
Yeah, I think it's an experience. A lot of people ask me, how do you become a specialist in Chinese antiques? Is there books or is there a video that they can do a cram on, a study on, a crash course perhaps. Right. But I think it's difficult to just train your eyes with reading. What's fascinating about the job is the hands-on. You get to touch the works of art.
Really?
Versus
it's all right?
Yes.
I mean, most of the times when you go to
a
museum, you're not supposed to touch. You can only watch.
Yeah,
see
that's
with
why
the
we
eyes.
advise people who might be interested in collecting is to learn from the best and to train your eyes. Of course, going to museums are important because those are works of art that passed the time, the challenge of the time, and they are timeless. So you can train your eyes by looking. But I think that's only step one. Yeah. But to be able to hold the piece, works of art, and to understand it, I think it's the best way to learn and train. And once you train your eyes, you know what's the best, and then you can tell. Right. Good and
really,
good and bad. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What about auctions?
That's another fascinating.
I think that's a very tense thing, Well, maybe you're not the one who kind of takes up the chop and kind of
I don't have to. The auctioneers.
Yeah, because I think that's really a very tense kind of moment. But what's auction like? I mean, what was the role that you played at these auctions? You yourself.
Yeah, I worked with Sotheby's for 1 year, and I was the Chinese specialist. Okay. So what you do is you do business getting. So you ask collectors or dealers to consign works of art to the company, and we hold auctions several times a year and all over the world, including New York, Hong Kong, Paris, and London for Chinese works of art.
You travel to these places and hold the auctions there?
Yeah.
And you actually transport all these art pieces? That is a lot of work. I thought you only hold auctions in New York.
No, it's
you
all around the world. That's only for Chinese and works of art, but there's several. They have several locations all over internationally.
Okay.
Yeah. So a specialist job is to catalog the works of art correctly, both in Chinese and English, and to give a proper estimate. And at the auction day, all the collector will come to one room and bid the pieces what they want. But before that, we have a preview where people of interest might come in and handle the pieces and to examine the conditions. Because you can,
You're talking about these people who are not the one that buying the art pieces.
Both. I think the public can go, and then the collectors who are interested in buying, of course, will do the preview session before the auctions actually takes place.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Then I think there are also people who need to be there traveling with you to take care of the art pieces, to clean it up and polish it.
Of course, and to be put on display.
So it's a huge crew.
Of course.
How many people go with each auction? I mean, would travel with you to these auctions?
I think each office, they have a local department that handle the sales.
Okay. Oh, so you actually have branch offices at all of these different major cities.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I get it. Oh, all right.
But especially we'll send there because you might need to understand the client's needs, and you might explain to them the conditions of the works of art and give them your opinions on some of those pieces.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Now, these buyers, when they're at the auctions, I mean, they don't get to touch the art pieces, can they?
They can, of course. They have to.
With
if
gloves.
you're spending over $1 million.
Because it's never shown in movies.
I know.
That
Maybe that's a secret.
I
If you're
see.
spending that much money, I think
really?
we always advise you have to see in person. But if you cannot see in person, you have to find a trustworthy specialist to
really
to examine it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the job is to write down the condition reports, to give careful examination, to give good advices to people who might be interested in buying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that there was a certain program that actually persuaded Fanny to come back to Taiwan and discover Taiwan all over again from what she knew before as a girl. But we're going to learn all about that and her other stories right after this.